Do you guys remember the time when you would buy a product, pay for it once, and then have access to all of its features whenever the heck you want without a subscription service? Neither do I, because it's been that long. Today we're gonna be reviewing the Eufy 2C Pro camera and Eufy as a whole and its ecosystem. This is one of the few companies out there that's doing things the old school way. You do not have to purchase a subscription service with all of Eufy's products. It's a one-time purchase and you got it all at your fingertips. We're gonna be reviewing this camera right here and really seeing if it's worth the buy. So sit back, get a bowl of popcorn, and let's get into the review. Now, of course, you can't just buy the Eufy cameras by themselves. You are gonna need to have a home base. Now, this is where all of your footage is going to be captured. Now, the S380 home base is a little bit more expensive than the other models that you can get, but the benefit with this guy is that you can actually extend the storage. Meaning, if you take this cap off right here, you have a slot for an extra hard drive that you can pop in right over here. So for all of you who need a little bit of extra storage and peace of mind, go with the S380 home base. This will expand your storage capability and just offer you maybe just a little bit extra peace of mind and security if you're going to be recording a lot of content. Something to keep in mind. So we're gonna start off with seeing just how quick of a notification you will receive as soon as the camera detects motion. We're gonna do it inside the house right now for now, and then I'm gonna show you some examples that we have from our house in the front and in the back to show you just how quick or maybe how slow the Eufy notifies you when there is motion. I'm gonna walk in front of the camera, which is just over there in the kitchen, and let's see just how quickly we will receive a notification. So the camera should see us just on the side there, and we walk away. Okay, we just got right now. So that took about 3 seconds or so for the notification to come in, which is not too bad. Okay, now let's do a test with me walking quickly by it, and let's see if I get a notification on my phone. The camera's right here. Let's walk by. Do we get a notification? And we did. Someone has been detected. Okay, so before I show you examples of what we see from the cameras we have set up around our house, let's do a test inside of the house in darkness. How well does the night vision work? And we're also gonna test out this little spotlight to see if it's worth it. So let's go ahead and see how well this does. So this was using the spotlight feature. Now, in a small room like this, we actually saw a decent amount of coverage from the spotlight. The app is a little finicky sometimes to deal with, as you can see here. But either way, let's go ahead and play that back. So it's actually not too bad recording quality in complete darkness, just using the spotlight feature on the Eufy 2C Pro. So up to now, you're probably thinking, well, it actually doesn't seem like that bad of a product. I should probably go out and buy it. Yes, but there's always a but. There have been certain instances where you need to connect to your camera on the app as soon as possible. And sometimes that delay isn't 2 to 3 seconds like we just saw in the house. Sometimes it can be 10 seconds. And in some occasions, I've seen it give me error messages saying, sorry, we can't connect, try again. And then you have to refresh. That's a problem. That's a big problem, especially if it is an emergency situation and you need to see what's going on your property. That can be the difference between catching someone and not catching someone. Something you want to consider. And it doesn't happen often, and that also does depend on how good the connection is with your camera to your base and also the internet speeds that you have in your home. But know that there will be some instances where you will get motion detected, you'll go on the app, and then you'll have a bit of a buffer. And I'm telling you, unfortunately, I can't do it now, Murphy's Law, but there have been certain times where there has been about a 10-second load that I have to wait through before I can see the coverage. That's not the best thing to go through. And let's go ahead and take a look at some daytime examples. So this is caught at literally midday. We're looking at 12:44 in the afternoon. Everything is nice and clear. Really no issues there whatsoever. Again, I wish this app was a little bit easier to use when you have little sausage fingers like mine, which can be a little bit of a pain sometimes to deal with. But yeah, if you look at the Toyota coming in here, really nice quality, crisp enough, honestly, for you to make out clearly faces and vehicles. So pretty decent there. Let's go with this guy here. Okay, so this is someone backing up. That's as much as you can zoom in. Quality is pretty decent, and hopefully it's coming out on the camera well enough. But in this case, the vehicle is really easy to make out, and you could probably even get away with a good description of the person too. So here's an example of a nighttime display. So we got a busy front street here with a couple people walking. Let's take a look at what we see here. Quality is not too bad. There are some street lights, so that does help a little bit with the overall quality of the footage. Now if we bring it back to about like right here, oh, there it is again. I'm glad you guys are seeing this real time so you know exactly what to expect when using the app. So if we were to zoom in on this guy, that's what you can expect for something in the darkness. So we're going to pop up the app here. There's about a 2-second delay, and let's say we want to check out the garage camera. So that was about a 1 to 2 second delay. So in total, from opening the app up to selecting the camera, you're looking at about 3 to 4 seconds, give or take. That's fast, actually. That's probably some of the quickest times that I've noticed in recent memory using the Eufy app. But there have been some examples where I'll click on the camera and then it'll take a while for it to load. And there have been certain examples where that has been up to 10 seconds, at which it will tell you, sorry, we can't provide you with the footage, refresh. And by that time, it might be too late. So something you want to consider. So this is in darkness as well. We're looking at 8 p.m. Now, the important part we want to look at is this vehicle here. Can you make out the license plate from just across the road? And the answer to that question is no. In this case, you will not be able to see crisply or at all what the license plate says. You can't even, from my perspective, not even just the camera, you just see a lot of washed out brightness from the license plate and the lights. But this is actually a good example for all of you to see just what you can expect if you're looking to get a bit more of a visual on the suspect or the people or whatever you have in front of your property. That's what you can kind of expect in darkness. Now I want to show you some of the different modes that you can change on each camera that you have. Obviously you want motion detection on. I'm not sure why you would have that off. The cool thing about the Eufys is you can actually change the detection areas. So if you're looking to get some action further on in the screen there, you can pinch and zoom different corners and adjust, a little bit of a bug there, adjust what the screen looks like. And you can do that by completely changing these points right here on the screen if you're looking for coverage in certain areas, which is honestly super duper handy and really does help with getting the right amount of coverage for your needs. Then you could just go ahead and press save, and that's it. Since we're here, let's talk about the battery life. You can use your Eufy cameras for just about 2 to 3 months-ish in the wintertime, depending on how much action you get with the activity in your area. It's not bad, it's not great, but at the end of the day, for something that's rechargeable, you can't really complain. And after only a couple hours of charging, this thing is ready to go back and do more surveilling. So there isn't a whole lot of downtime with charging and getting it back into position to do its job and record. So overall, not too bad. Now this is something I do want to show you, and I've noticed that this is the case with these cameras. There is a slight second where it does not capture all of the footage. And let me give you an example here. If we rewind it and we press play here, notice how the beginning, I'll put it in landscape mode so you can see a little bit better, the beginning wasn't recorded. If we play again, my sausage fingers can do their job. You see how it started right here where my activity zone was all the way to the right hand side. My activity zone stretches all the way, hopefully you can see that easily, all the way to the end of the block there. So it really only started recording right here. And there are a lot of examples where you will miss that first half a second to 1 second of recording. That could be the difference between you catching, let's say, a license plate or a face and not catching it at all. So I have noticed that even with those activity zones stretched to the entire viewport of the screen, there is a little bit of a delay, and it doesn't really capture motion from the moment it detects it. That little delay of half a second to a second could be the deal breaker. Just something that you should be aware of. So there you have it, the Eufy 2C Pro camera. And I think I'm speaking for Eufy in general, not particularly to this one model of camera that they offer. They have a pretty darn good product, from the application that they have to the price tag that these cameras are going for and the overall mission that they have going on as a company with not charging customers for a subscription service is kind of big. In my opinion, I think I would give these cameras a 7.5 out of 10. Why 7.5 out of 10? Well, the image quality could be a little bit better. Now I know this is 2K, not 4K, so there is a little bit of a drop off in overall resolution, but at nighttime, sometimes I find that the image could be a little bit sharper. And that obviously does come down to the sensor and also the aperture of the lens, how much light can come in. All of these things are factored in. And at the price tag of $150 each camera, after you've bought about 3 and a base, you're looking at about that $500 to $600 mark. Typically, you're gonna want at least 2 cameras. So you gotta weigh the pros and cons. The benefit with that is, unlike lots of other companies out there like Arlo, Alexa, Google, etc., you're gonna be paying a monthly fee. Whereas this, you got your home base, you plug it into your internet, it's gonna be storing things and deleting things after a certain period of time, and then you just access it on your phone. So there's a lot of pros and cons to owning the Eufy security cameras, but I definitely would recommend buying them if you can get them on sale. If you can get a good package deal for them, I recommend that. If you found value in this video, please do consider leaving a like, and hopefully I helped you out and helped you make an informed decision on whether or not you're going to be buying these guys for your property. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.